Well, it's Saturday night, and it's hard to believe that it's just one more day of ministry left tomorrow. Last night and some of today, I had a chance to get some rest, get caught up on some rest, as well as preparing for the messages for tomorrow. I'll be speaking in the morning for the first time at a Romanian church, a good brother in the Lord. His wife's Romanian, and they attend a Romanian-speaking church, and so I'll be speaking there in the morning for the first time, and then tomorrow evening at a Pentecostal church, both in Rotterdam. And I've spoken there multiple times, so looking forward to seeing the pastor there, and as well as the people. It's always a great service with them. Today, I actually had a great opportunity. Three of the students took me out to Amersfoort, and we had a chance to walk downtown and see some of the city, as well as they had a good marketplace, and eat some Dutch fried fish and a hot stroopwafel from a street vendor, and just had a chance to look around and see the city. It's really beautiful, very old. They had a church there that started being built in the 1300s through the 1600s. It was built, and so it's amazing overseas how they have things that are so much older, buildings that the history goes back so much more than in America. And so it's really interesting to be able to see those old buildings and the architecture and all the beautiful buildings built on rivers that run through the city. And so it's really nice. We also drove through a part of the country where there's a river running through, and so we had to get on this platform like a boat and ride our car across the river to get to the other side, and got to see just some beautiful farm country and a lot of fruit farms and things. And so it was really a nice trip, and a good chance to get to know the students better and to learn about their background, and also to answer questions about ministry and things they had on their hearts. And so it was a great day, and just going to get some rest tonight, and looking forward to a great last day of ministry tomorrow. And it's kind of bittersweet. I had to say goodbye to some of the students tonight. I may not see them again, and so it's been great to be able to pour in. But many of them have expressed their gratitude and talked about how thankful they are for the teachings and for me being here. And so it was great, and a very effective time, and a really great time with them. And I'm just looking forward to some sleep and a busy day tomorrow, and then heading back on Monday to the U.S.
Ce mare ești tu, Bogda, ce mare ești tu, tu-ți Bogda, ce mare ești, Dumnezeu.
So it's Sunday night, and just got back from a great day of ministry on my last day of the trip. This morning, I had the opportunity to speak at the church of a friend of mine named Chris. He is Dutch, but he married a Romanian woman named Emma. And so they have a Romanian-speaking church with several Romanians from the area who come, and had an opportunity to speak there. And most of the service was in Romanian. I, of course, preached in English, and they translated it to Romanian, so that was a different experience. And got to meet some great brothers and sisters in the Lord, and I spoke on repentance and shared some of my testimony, and encouraged the people to think about repentance from the perspective of a beautiful gift from God. Afterwards, I was able to go to Chris and Emma's house and have a time of fellowship and catch up. It's been a couple of years since I've seen him. Usually he's my translator on this trip for some of it, and this year he wasn't able to, so it was a great time to just have some fellowship, eat some food, and spend some time with them. And then this evening, I went to the Pentecostal church in Rotterdam that I've spoken at several times before. Really great to see Pastor Hugo and his wife, and so many from the church I recognize. It's great to see people that I've seen every time, and had a great time of ministry. I preached about living from our new identity. I talked about the Israelites and the exodus from Egypt, and how God wanted to bring them out of their old identity of slavery into the new one, and how that relates to us as believers, that we're no longer slaves to sin, but now we're set free, and we need to continue to walk in that identity. It was a great service. We had an altar call. About several people came up and were sharing, some with tears, about how they wanted God's help in this area. And so it was really a powerful time of ministry. And then had to say goodbye to everybody there and head back to campus. And then in the morning I fly out from Amsterdam I got my negative COVID results, and so now I'm clear to travel, and so really looking forward to getting home and seeing the family and getting back into the normal life, but also so overwhelmed with the goodness of God and all that He's done. It's hard to even process so much happening in such a short period of time, but it was so great to have an opportunity to just pour in to this country and see God use the ministry and continue His work here. And so it'll be a memorable trip, and I'll have a recap video when I get back and after the trip with some summary thoughts.